Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining War of Supremacy. If you've watched the other video, you'll have an idea of the rules of War of Supremacy. I have set the game up to have a 3-player game. There is a 2-player variant on the game, but I want to show it to you with 3 players. In the 2-player variant, you need to hold the territory for 2 rounds rather than just the 1. The territory that's been flipped over, all damage from card effects are doubled. So while this territory is the one they're fighting over, everything that's written doubles up the amount of damage it's doing. And we are on the magic combat form. So first player is the player on the left. The most cards he can pull together are those 2, which would give him a magic strength of 3 and would allow him to pick up 2 more cards for this guy and 1 more card for this guy. So I'd get 3 extra cards in my hand for playing those 2 with a strength of 3. However, I could play this guy with a strength of 7, but have no bonuses. The other thing for me to have a look at is the spells. So the spells I'm looking at change to magic. I'm already on magic, so it's no use to me. It's dealer damage, so that one's not going to help me except for in defense. This one I could play onto one of these guys, probably on the guy that's got strength 1 at the moment. If I play that on him, that would actually give him a strength of, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus picking up another 3 cards, 8. And then I'll pick up another 2 cards at the end of my turn. So it'd actually give him a strength of 10. So it might actually be more worthwhile for me to do that. So let's do that. He's coming in, and this one's only talking about damaging, so I'm not doing any extra damages, so I don't need to worry about that. That one allows me to pick up a card from the deck. I'm going to take a card from the magic pile because I'm going to be having to defend myself using magic because I can't add extra guys to that in a second. And this one allows me to pick up 1 card for every 7, or for every opponent who has more than 7. These guys start with 8 cards, so I'll get 2 more cards there from the magic deck. And I'm going to play this one onto him. So his strength is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at the moment. That may change, but just for the moment, I'm going to put that there. So let's cover that guy up with that, to show that we've got an 8 strength for him, plus the 2. So he's starting the game on a 10 strength, and at the end of his turn, he gets to draw 2 more cards, and once again, he'll take them from the spell deck. So, next player needs to pull in a strength of 10 in the magic space. The best he's got is this 6. With that guy would make 7, so let's see what that looks like. What creature is that? That's a beast. I don't think I've got any other beasts there from look at. No. So if I look at these 2 guys, so I can get it up to an 8, to a 7, should I say? I can get it to a 7. If I play this guy, I can summon a Fae to join that battle. Now, the next question is, do I have a Fae? I do have a Fae, so that would then add another 2, which gives me a 9. 9's about the best I can get to, unless I've got some funky spells that can do something else to it. So, that will allow me to get rid of a card from an opponent. That one will change it to wild combat form. I might have a look at that in a second. I don't think it's going to help because his wild form is 3, and that would still be a plus 8. So it would actually make him stronger, put him up to an 11 instead of a 10. That's for when I'm defending. So that's no good to me. So I can only possibly get up to a 9. I don't have anything that can knock his strength down. So I'm going to save my cards and grab 3 more cards. And I'll take 2 more creatures and 1 extra spell for next time and hope that this player is able to do something about that. Okay, so we're looking for a magic strength of higher than 10. This is my strongest magic guy. That one might actually win me the battle because what I can do is use his skill to send that creature off, which would take the spell with it. So I think this is going to be the way to go. On a 4, he's a Fae. Is there any other Fae or guys from the yellow? There are not. So he's going to go into battle by himself. He'll then be defending with a 4. That's probably his best bet. Okay, so there's no spells there that are going to help him at the moment. So I'm going to send this one into battle, send this guy off to the owner's hand. So that loses the spell when it goes into his hand. That spell goes to the discard pile. Those cards go back. And suddenly we've got strength 2 against strength 4. This card is the winner of that battle unless the defender has something in his hand that can stop any of that. So what I can do is play a Fire Blast on that creature, and this is where the dice come in. So I need a 4 or more. That reads like it's probably just going to discard from his hand, so it may actually not do anything good. We're already in the magic form. We can -5. In fact, he's going to do that one. So if he plays this card onto that creature was for it to -5 on magic, which destroys him. Let's come back over to the owner to see if he's got a spell that's going to get him out of this mess. The options that this guy has, it's his turn, so what he might do is this in the hopes of turning up that. Of course, this spell that's been played actually gives him a +5, which would beat that one. So he's going to play the switch, and what that does is it turns over one of these guys. It's turned to wild, which negates this card, but puts him on a 2 against 3. So what he can now do is, because it's still his turn, he can add a card to his deck. You're allowed to play them one at a time or as a pile, so this is legal because it's still this player's turn. And make a player discard a random card from his hand, and he's going to do that on this guy. So the way this works, shuffle them up without looking at what's being discarded. Let's grab one, that one will do. And that's a spell, which will go there. So now we've got a strength 4 against strength 3. Let's see if this player can do anything about it. He can change it back to magic, but that'll only put him on a strength 2 against strength 4, so it doesn't actually help so much. He could try to change the combat form. Theoretically, this is still on there, so let's just remember that's on this guy, just for the moment, until we actually get to the end of the combat, so I don't want to get too confused. So if he does change the combat form, we know what's going on. So he could play this one on either of the 2 creatures, probably on the guy at the back, to destroy it, and that would bring it down to a strength 2. So yes, he might do that on the guy at the back. So he needs to roll. He's rolled a 6, so he deals 6 damage to that creature, which then negates both of these cards. So spells back on spell discard pile or grave, and the creature back onto that grave. This guy's going to play this spell in the hopes of picking up something that will help him out from what just happened. This one can only be played on the player itself, so that one doesn't help him because that was played on the creature. And this one could change the combat form. So you might throw this down in the hopes of getting it to the sword symbol. Nope, and we're still on the wild combat form. The other thing this player can do is he's got 2 infantry cards, so he can actually add to this infantry because it'd be a legal pack to have this card plus 2 more infantry because that other card is actually gone from the thing. Neither of those 2 cards will actually help him. This one only really helps when it's on sword combat. So I think he's got to give in and say, okay, yep, you win. This one goes off to the grave. It is the end of his turn, so he's going to take 2 more creatures into his hand, and it's back over to this player's turn. This player is holding the territory, so that guy goes off to the grave. This territory comes in as a point for the end of the game. We flip over a new territory, a new combat form. Everyone is now beholden to the words here. All players pick up 2 spell cards from the deck at the start of the conquest. So each player will gain 2 spells from there. 2 and 2. So each has taken their 2 spells because of that territory, and then this player has 10 cards in hand, so he won't actually draw any more cards, and it goes to this player to have a go at taking that out with a highly defensible level. So I think that that's probably enough for the moment. You've seen how a territory is won in a full round of it. The winner of the game is the first 2 or 3 in a 3-player game. I hope this helps you get War of Supremacy to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplayed, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.